Hi, everybody. Professor B. You are looking live here at Jake Steaks here in San Francisco. Welcome to 49ers Live, post-game live here at Jake Steaks here in San Francisco. We did the audio cast a little while ago, a little more than a half hour ago. In case you're just tuning in, the 49ers knocking off the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. They win it by a score of 23-19. One of the more improbable victories. Unfortunately, bad news come out of this. George Stone Cold Kittle, suffered a serious Achilles injury. It may have been torn. According to multiple reports, I think Adam Schefter from ESPN have reported he has torn a potential torn Achilles. We'll get more information as that develops, and most likely Kittle will miss the rest of the postseason, and he most likely will also miss some significant time for 26 next season as well. So we'll get more as it develops. We'll go down, get some video from the Niners locker room, and we'll recap you this game. And check us out right now, Niners Radio 49, youtube.com/@Niners Radio 49. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button. This may be one of the greatest postseason games that the 49ers has ever played in all my years, in the 40 years being a 49er faithful. And this is in my ninth year being associated with Niners Radio 49, and this is my concluding fourth year doing Niners Radio 49. It's just a remarkable, resilient team. Defense balled out. Everybody was getting after it, despite what happened. You got to give Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, Robert Saleh credit for this victory. This was a team-out win. Nobody gave the Niners a significant chance, a scan, to win this game. And the Niners just stayed after it. They got after it, and they just kept on fighting. And they were the Rocky Balboa so far in the playoffs, going into a hostile environment into Philadelphia against the crazy nut house fans. And they slay the dragon as they defeat the Philadelphia Eagles, ending their reign as the Super Bowl champions, 23-19. Brock Purdy playing the role as the second coming of Joe Montana, doing a touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey. Demarcus Robinson had a big field day for the 49ers, filling in for the injured Ricky Pearsall, who did not start. And, it's just so much has happened with this team. Injury after injury. This team could have called it a wrap, but they just kept on fighting. And now the Niners have earned the right to advance to the NFC divisional playoff to take on the top seed Seattle Seahawks. And this will be for the rubber match of the 3-game series like they do in baseball. This will be for the spot, and then 49ers are now just one win away for advancing to the NFC Championship game. Check us out on youtube.com. We'll be here for a bit. We'll take this quick time out, and we'll be right back. Professor B, you're watching 49ers Live post-game show here at Jake Steaks Cheesesteak on Niners Radio 49. Welcome back on 49ers Live post-game show, NFC Wildcard Edition. Professor B here. You check us out on youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. The NFC Wildcard as the 49ers defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 23-19. And the 49ers will advance to the NFC Divisional Playoff. And they will take on the Seattle Seahawks for the rubber match next weekend. We will not officially know when the kickoff time will be till later tonight after the Patriots-Chargers game. Right now with 3:50 left to play in the first quarter, it's no score. The Patriots got the ball. As we're going to break down this game, we'll be here for a bit, I'd like a shout out to all of the guys at Jake Steaks for giving us the hospitality here. They come out, voted the best cheesesteak in San Francisco, located at 3301 Buchanan Street in San Francisco. So we're going to hopefully get some audio sound from Kyle Shanahan. We're going to hopefully get some word on the injury extent to George Kittle. We know he will not be back for this postseason. Most likely will miss significant time in the next year, depending how severe that injury is. But this is what you're playing for. If you want to get to the Super Bowl, pain comes with a significant price. And, and when you sign up for this, you're going to get something's going to give, and that's the grim reality. And the 49ers winning this game. And we are going to send it, or we're going to get it over there to the post-game presser in a few. We'll hear from Kyle Shanahan. We'll try to hear from Kyle Shanahan. And this is
not hard at all, man. Not hard at all. I love my job. Let's say that.
Bring your car. contrast and just get rid of the stuff that doesn't matter and kind of lock in on the new concepts. So I feel like we got a pretty good grasp of that pretty early.
Eric, you played 16 games for a lot of years in this league. This year, you played a lot less than that. You look kind of fresh. Do you feel like fresher physically because you haven't played all those games?
Yeah, I feel like last year I was
Therapy and can delay chemotherapy. Ask your doctor about Pluvicto. Pluvicto is not chemotherapy. It's a different treatment that targets PSMA-positive cells. Pluvicto can be used before chemotherapy for some people. Pluvicto involves contact and radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause fetal harm. Drink plenty of fluids, urinate often, use contraception, and talk to your doctor about ways to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment. Pluvicto can cause low levels of blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. Tell your doctor if you have weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, bleeding, losing more easily, infection, or changes in urination. Side effects include decreased blood cell counts, tiredness, dry mouth, nausea, appetite loss, joint and back pain, and constipation. Ask your doctor about Pluvicto, because every day without cancer progression is a victory.
Nate, honey, you gotta look at the camera. Nate. DeVito, you're in.
Tommy DeVito, back up Nate. If only they were back in real life.
Getting somewhere.
But at least there's progressive to protect your home.
With a different 6-inch sub for just $4.99, the new sub with Vegas Subway makes everyday better. Next Monday, well, it's Meatball Monday. Top Thursday, now Turkey Thursday.
those people, so maybe it's not as true, but I come with a good attitude, so maybe change it. What is it? You have to carry two. It's like what 10,000 yen, so like $100. Like
Can you walk us through their last offensive play and what you thought might happen and what did happen on that play?
to be honest with you, I especially when the game's on the line, I'm thinking that they were going to try to get the ball in either the three playmakers' hands. Obviously Goddard was one of the people I thought about because he was on the hash, but I originally thought Saquon, AJ, and as soon as I started dropping, we were in the A gaps. As soon as I started dropping and I saw Saquon kind of go across to protect, I knew I had to get to the other hash kind of quick. I wish I would have picked it off. I should have picked it off. I usually do that, but I was able to. I was happy that I was able to make the play and get from hash to hash on that one.
Time for two more guys.
Man, I'm just so blown away with just the leadership on this team. Guys like Brock Purdy are just exactly what you see. Is exactly what you get in the building. These guys are true professionals. The best of the best. They do it the right way. They hold each other accountable. They show up with a great attitude. They work through injuries. They work through turmoil and adversity, and I'm just blessed to be in the position I'm in.
Eric,
That's
what
one
does a win
thing.
like this do for the defense and the belief in yourselves and your unit moving forward?
Yeah, I don't feel like we were lacking in any confidence. You know what I mean? At all. But it gets us to the next round. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. I was out there just thinking about how many times I played in Philly and how many times I've been in the playoffs and just it's not easy to come by. So I don't want to take that for granted. We're in the next round. This win was sweet. I'm going to enjoy it for the next couple of hours, but we want to go further. We want to do more.
Who's one of the most unlikely playoff teams you've been on?
I would say it's unlikely because I was not on a team for so long. So a little bit unlikely, but From the outside looking in, I think it may look super unlikely, but being in the building for the last month and some change now, it's not a question by me of why we're in the situation we're in. You know what I mean? I believe in this team.
All right, thanks, Eric. Appreciate it.
All right, say it easy.
So it's Eric Kendricks on the mic talking about that game and the Niners celebrating that win as I bet they're getting ready to hit on the charter bus and head back to the Bay Area late night tonight. Niners winning it by a score of 23-19. We're going to switch in on the other side as some of the response we got. And the Niners celebrating this victory. This is step one. This is a true veteran team with all what has happened. And, of course, the bad news is, unfortunately, 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan, it has been confirmed that George Stone Cold Kittle has blown out his tire, the Achilles. He is out for the remainder of the playoffs and could miss some significant time next year as well. And looking at some of these comments from off my Facebook page. Jamal Gilliard, former George Washington Eagle quarterback. He's the head coach of the JVs. Saleh did a hell of a game call. I guess you haters going to do whatever ever next. And then taking some other and they got Bonte Hill, my man, another George Washington graduate, alumnus, Bonte Hill. I'm going to try to scroll on this image file. So we got some video. And on the scoreboard update, 3-0 Patriots lead the LA Chargers as the second quarter begins in Boston and in Foxborough, I should say, about a half hour from downtown Boston. The Chargers got the ball. So we're going to hear from and this is some feed from my man Bonte. trust Nick Sirianni at all, or their offensive coordinator. And, they're going to have to answer what happened, how and why they lost this game. But the Niners survived it. They are surviving. They will play in the NFC divisional playoff. We will get word later on this evening. We'll have an update later on to see who will win. The Niners. Seahawks will play. I'm assuming it's going to be next Saturday. Could be next Sunday. Who knows? We'll get you the information when it develops. So let's take a quick time out. We'll take a quick time out, and then when we come back, we will do the stats and all that. Professor B for Niners Radio 49, 49ers Live postgame show here at the Jake Steaks here in San Francisco. Check them out daily, open daily 11 to 10, and we'll be right back. Welcome back on 49ers Live postgame show. Professor B here at Jake Steaks here in San Francisco on Niners Radio 49, part of the Satellite Digital Media News Network. Just tuning in a little while ago, 49ers knocking off the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles reigned as Super Bowl champs at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia by a score of 23-19. We're going to get you to the highlights, and we got a good one. This is the first step, as the 49ers now are just halfway there, just one more win and getting back to the NFC Championship game. So we hit the recap presented by Mike and Mike's Pizza. And we were going to get to that in just a few moments.
pain of lump or swelling in the neck. Stop setbacks and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include.
So we get you to the team stats.
Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes.
So let's recap this game. In the first quarter, DeMarcus Robinson, a 2-yard pass from Brock Purdy. It was a touchdown. The Niners went down the field. He had a big game today for San Francisco. Put the Niners up 7-0. Then it was Dallas Goddard on a 1-yard reverse run and from orbit. It was a 7-6 game. The Eagles took the lead, or the Niners led 7-6. It was Josh Elliott missed the extra point. Goddard, 9-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts, and the Eagles took a 13-7 lead. Then Eddie Pinero's 36-yard field goal made it 13-10 49ers. Then the third quarter, Jake Elliott, 41-yard field goal, made it 16-10 in favor of Philadelphia. 10 plays, 23 plays, 10 plays, 23 yards. In the fourth quarter, Christian McCaffrey caught a 29-yard touchdown pass from Juwan Jennings, and the extra point by Pinero made it 17-16. Then Elliott hit a 33-yard field goal, made it 19-17, but then the Niners marched down the field. 10 plays, 66 yards, 5 minutes, 6 seconds. Purdy connected with a 4-yard touchdown pass, or it was Purdy connected with McCaffrey for a 4-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was missed. 23-19 was the final score. And then it was the Niners outgained Philadelphia 361 yards to 307. The Eagles were penalized 7 times, while the 49ers were penalized just once. And that was the difference of the game. Niners were penalized just one time, and that was the difference of the ball game. And that was the difference of the ball game. And then taking a look at some of the stats, Purdy was 18-31, 262 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Christian McCaffrey, 15 carries for 48 yards in a touchdown. DeMarcus Robinson, 6 catches for 111 yards in a touchdown. Jalen Hurts, 20 of 35, 168 yards, a touchdown. Shaquan Barkley, 26 carries for 106 yards in a losing effort. Devontae Smith led the Eagles, 8 catches for 70 yards. Also having a great day was McCaffrey caught 6 balls for 66 yards, averaging 11 yards. Kyle Juszczyk, 4 balls for 49 yards. Juwan Jennings, 1 ball caught for 45 yards. Jake Tongues, 1 catch for 14 yards. He's going to be a key factor for the 49ers as they continue, if they keep on doing their thing in this postseason. And George Kittle caught 1 ball for 6 yards, and that was when he tore. Now the reports have been confirmed that he tore his Achilles. And then for the Philadelphia Eagles, Shaquan Barkley, 26 carries, 106 yards, averaging 4.1 yards per catch. Bigsby, 4 carries for 19 yards. And then he led Devontae Smith, 8 catches for 7 yards. Goddard, 4 catches for 33 yards. A.J. Brown, 3 catches for 25 yards, average 8.3 yards, but he dropped 3 balls, though, too, as well. You can see in the game he was getting that skirmish, little argument, shouting match with Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni. And then A. Pinero went 1 for 1 in field goals. And he went 1 out of 2 in his extra points, or 2 out of 3 in his extra points for today. So let's just check out the scoreboard before we wrap it up. before we wrap it up, other games to score. Right now, it's 3-3 between the Patriots and the Chargers in Foxborough. They're in the second quarter. In fact, they're at the 2-minute mark, 2-minute warning in the second quarter or in the first half. And other scores, the Buffalo Bills coming from behind to beat the Jaguars 27-24 in a thriller down in Jacksonville. Buffalo will now most likely, depending on the outcome, what happens this game tonight and tomorrow night's Monday night game, Buffalo will advance. They're either going to play the Denver Broncos or they most likely will play the Denver Broncos tomorrow night. And the Steelers play the Texans on Monday Night Football tomorrow night on ABC to wrap up Wild Card Weekend. And then other scores from yesterday on Saturday, Rams over the Panthers 34-31. The Chicago Bears over the Green Bay Packers 31-27. There's some speculation now that Matt LaFleur, the Packers head coach in his 7th year, could be on the hot seat. There's some rumblings going on in Green Bay, and it's not looking good. It looked like he was going to be getting a new contract extension, but we don't know now. We'll keep up on that around the NFL news. So that's going to do it for tonight. It's been a long day. The time is now 6:18, 18 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. And Niner fans, celebrate this. And, this was probably one of the greatest playoff wins right up there outside of the catch or the drive. You think of the NFC title game in '88 when they beat the Bears or beating the Cowboys in their 2-year reign as NFC champs, or the Niners come from behind win against the Atlanta Falcons back in the NFC Championship game in 2012, 13 years ago. This is one of those ones. So we let this chapter continue. Niners season continue on. They will take on the Seattle Seahawks, and this will be the rubber match. And this is a chance to get paid back for what happened 12 years ago when the Seahawks ended the Niners season in a heartbreak. And if the Chargers were to win this game, they will play the Broncos next weekend, and that means the Bills most likely will play either New England or the Patriots, or tomorrow night's Steelers-Texans game tomorrow. So we thank you all for watching this tonight, and we're going to get ready to wrap up. Niner fans, wherever you are, if you're watching now back east in Philadelphia, who made the trip, enjoy it, this win. Make sure be safe. Drive your safe travels heading back to the Bay Area for all the Niner fans heading back home, and enjoy this win. Enjoy it. Enjoy this W. For now, I'm Brian Professor B. Davis, and so long. Once again, the final score, your 49ers ending the Eagles' reign as Super Bowl champs. Niners 23, the Eagles 19. 49ers Live postgame show exclusively on Niners Radio 49 in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network, where every team has a fan and every fan has a voice. The network home of champions, 49er football, faithful to the Bay. Go Niners!